In today's story, we're going to go over how I had an encounter with a skinwalker as a kid and as an adult just a few years back. Guys, let me know what you think of the video. Give me a like, comment, any feedback, that'd be fantastic. Enjoy the video, and don't forget, grab some popcorn or a snack. Enjoy. When I was a kid, I really liked to move my room around. And the one night, I had my bed next to the window, and it was storming out, and I had the window open. And at that night, there was something really eerie outside my window with the storms. As my bed was next to that window, my pillow was here, the window's here. So I'm able to look straight out at the storm. As I was looking out that window that night, I was looking at the tree. It was really ominous. And you can kind of see the moon through the clouds, even though it was storming. You can kind of see it. It was that eerie light, but it was just light enough. But it wasn't light enough to really see what was down in the yard. We have a relatively decent sized yard on the side of the house, and I was able to look down there, and I felt like I saw something moving down there. Truly, I did. Something was really weird. Something very strange was going on. Very unusual. Something that feelings I would not really feel on a normal night. Most nights I just play my games, especially in the summer, because this was in the summertime, mind you. I would play my games, then I'd head to bed. But something really weird about this thunderstorm and the way everything was panning out that night just felt very eerie. Something wasn't right. As I was going to bed, it was around 1 to 2 a.m. in the morning. I was going to bed. It was pretty windy. I ended up closing the window. You know how I said it was open before? Well, I think that was possibly inviting something into my room. And that is something you do not want to do, especially on a night that it storms. So as I'm laying there in bed and I fall asleep, I just can't shake this feeling of something watching me. And I just can't shake it. It's just there. It's there the whole night. I'm tossing and turning. Well, a couple hours later, I turn around, turn towards the window, and there's this hand scratching and scratching on the window like it's trying to get in. And mind you, this is on the upper part of the window. The bottom part's closed. Thankfully, I did close it. And there's no tree near that window. There's no tree next to the window. There's no way a branch could have got lodged in there. That's not the way the window's designed. It's up and then down. It couldn't lodge in. So I have this thing scratching on my window, and I'm looking at it, and I'm terrified. I don't want to move. I don't want to get up. It felt like a horror story. A proper, real, disturbing, real-life horror story. I didn't want to move. I didn't even want to get out of the bed. So as this thing's scratching on the window, I'm trying to figure out what to do next. So what I do is, I rip my blankets off me. I run out. I go downstairs. I tell my parents. My parents come up and they look. There's nothing there. There is nothing there. I wasn't asleep when this happened either. I was fully awake. It was absolutely terrifying. And I never will forget that night. That was a horrible night I experienced. Absolutely horrifying. And now that happened in my childhood, we're going to go on to where it happened again as an adult. Now, mind you, this was just a few years ago. Back in 2022, I moved into my new room, which is the one now. And I did painting, I did the wallpaper, I fixed it all up, did the floors, the ceiling, all that, the outlets. I really renovated this room, right? So I'm in my new room. I got everything down, everything's great. And it's the summer again. Oddly enough, it seems like these events keep happening in the summer, which is really strange. It's really ominous, and something just weird about it. Something about it. And the worst part is that when I was a kid, I believe that was a skinwalker. It was black, it was lengthy. It was reaching its hand down from top of the roof. I know that because the way the angle was. You know there's a certain angle when someone's reaching down, trying to pull you up or trying to help you, like, inside of a pool, whatever it may be, you know that motion and that angle when someone's pulling something up from below. So, unfortunately, this experience happened again in a slightly different way, and this is what's so horrifying about this story. And so my bed again is next to a window. So the window's here and the bed's here, but the difference is this time it's even worse. My bed is here, my pillow's here. This is the window. So this window was open that night, unfortunately. It was a nice summer night, the moon was out, fully lit. Everything was great that day, no worries. I go to bed, and unfortunately, I wake up to something trying to open my window this time. It's not like it was just scratching or teasing me at the window. It was physically trying to open the window. And I literally pull my curtain back, and I see this thing, this 7 to 9 foot tall, lengthy black creature. And I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. What I do is, as an adult, I was a little more less feared of this thing because I already experienced it once and I knew it didn't get me the first time. But there's that fear and that terrifying feeling that something may happen if I don't act. So I grab and I slam the window down, and this creature is still trying to get in. I lock it. There's 2 latches on the top between the 2 windows that separate them. I put those latches over, and I close that shade. I close the blinds, and I'm just backing away from the window at this point. And you can still hear it scratching. I leave, I go downstairs, I get a drink of water, I do whatever I have to get my mind off this thing. Knowing it's trying to get in, I'm like, okay, what other windows might it try to get into? I couldn't have that. I couldn't even imagine the thought of that thing standing in my house. So I turn the lights on, especially in my room in the hallway. I go use the bathroom, whatever it may be, to help get my mind off it. I watch a video quick on my phone, trying to just get myself to calm down and to breathe and realize maybe what I saw wasn't actually there. Maybe it wasn't there. But as far as I knew and I saw, this thing was there just as it was when I was a kid. And the worst thing is that as you get older and you really see something, it's more realistic. Because you're like, there's no way. There's no way this thing's actually here. There's no way. It's real. So I come back in my room. I open the shade and I see nothing. I see nothing there. I'm like, this is fantastic. Whatever it was, it's gone. I am very wrong about that. So I have 3 windows in my room, one next to my bed and right where the pillow is. And there's one on the far side, too, of this area. So there's 2 here, and here's the bed, and there's 1 here. Okay? So there's another window over there, and that one especially, because unfortunately there is a roof, there's a porch roof right where all those windows are. So there's something that can actually latch on top of that roof and actually can use it to its advantage to climb into these windows fairly easily, mind you. So I'm dealing with that now, and I try and go back to bed. It's like 4 or 5 a.m. at this point. I try and go back to bed, and I hear it scratching at the other window. But that window is locked, so nothing can get in. But I can see its shadow off the window and off of the curtains. You can tell something's literally there. And it wasn't anyone trying to break in. Nothing is 7 to 9 feet tall like that, and pure dark black. Like the moon, nothing was reflecting off it. It was a pure black creature. You couldn't see anything. It was absolutely horrific. It was terrifying to go through that. But it eventually went away, and I was able to fall asleep. Mind you, I woke up at like 10 a.m. that day because I had such awful sleep, and I had to go through that the night before. I only got a few hours of sleep after that experience. It was horrible. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone to have to go through that. Unfortunately, I have had other people in this room that experienced that same thing, or on this property. So there's definitely more stories that I'm gonna have for skinwalkers down the road. That is absolute. But what I got from that is keep my windows locked at night and pray and pray and pray that this thing doesn't come back. I hope you guys really enjoyed the story. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you really like the video. I appreciate it if you share it and get the word out there. I'm really trying to make this something. I'm putting a lot of work into this channel. Thank you guys again. I'm going to have more stories to come soon. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great night. Have a great day. See you later.